Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halimla Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rakar Kadash. All praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son and the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to the 144,000. Double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Coming back at you with another lesson. Think about it. Think about it. So I get that expression from the beloved apostle, Elder Aramla. So let's go into something. Remember, there's a famous quote by former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. In politics, nothing happens by accident. Everything is carefully planned out, well orchestrated by the powers that be. Anyway, I was looking at the military recruiting goals and subsequent shortages each year. Here's a clear fact-based breakdown. So I'm mainly focused on the Army because now there's some talk about instituting the draft, which is coming. And that age has gone up from 34 to 42, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm going to try to move through this quickly. I mean, we can all read for ourselves. But anyway, I want to get to the key point and show where this is going. Army recruiting shortfalls by year. 2023, they were short 11,000 soldiers. 2022, wow, negative 25%. Some estimates really, I looked at this, it were really short closer to 15,000 that year because of the carryover shortage from 2022. 2024, they did well. They met their goal. And I'll show where this is going. Okay, 2025 rebound. So here's where we're getting towards. Current outlook for 2026. Expecting to meet recruiting goals. So here's what traditionally happens. When the economy is not doing well, recruitment goes up. So there's a systematic destruction to the economy to increase the enlistments to prepare for war. Remember, that's prophetic. Declare ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So this is an orchestrated plan to increase military personnel. They've already increased military spending. I think America's defense budget hit $1 trillion. Okay. One of the problems with growth, one of the main problems is structural issues still exist. Only 23 to 30% of the youths are eligible for service due to fitness constraints, educational constraints, legal issues, so forth and so on. Well, you got to put the fathers back in the homes. You're paying single mothers to be just that, to be single. So you destroyed yourselves through feminism and women's liberation. You did that. Structural issues. 23 to 30% of the United States youth are eligible for service due to fitness limitations, educational issues, or legal problems. Persistent low propensity to serve. So many of the youths, really, when I looked at that number before, it was a lot higher than that. It was upwards of 70% that are not eligible to serve. Many of them had criminal offenses that flagged them. Economic implications on recruiting. So this is the main base of my question, why I asked. Because there's a direct parallel of increasing enlistments with a degrading economy. Not by accident. They've been planning to go into Iran for about 40 years. This is where things get really important. Yeah, no duh. Stronger economy, harder recruiting. So AI is eliminating many jobs. And inflation. They're just producing more money that's not backed by gold and silver. So what you have is a imaginary paper dollar. It only stands up because of the faith behind it, the belief that it's of value. So people are willing to work for it, essentially working for free. Stronger economy. When civilian jobs are strong, higher wages compete with military pay. More options, fewer enlistments. So where have we seen many of these jobs gone? They're going away. Many retail outlets are closing. Many corporate jobs are laying off. Don't forget, I'm going to show you something. Remember DEI? They've cut thousands of jobs. Thousands. So this is an orchestrated, pre-planned, delivered act to increase military personnel and manning. They've already increased military spending, so they need a manning to go with that directly corresponds to that spending. Some of that is going to pay bonuses and additional salaries. Not by accident. DEI cut thousands of jobs. Many corporate jobs are going away. Many retail stores are closing down. Thousands. See, weaker economy, easier recruiting. That's the point right there. That's the main point. Orchestrated degradation of the economy. Let's get something real quick. 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 2. I think it's 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, if I'm not mistaken. Thought I had it pulled up. 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the economic policies are devices. The job cuts, devices. DEI, eliminating jobs, devices. Increasing military spending. Let's look up devices in the Greek. Noema. Purpose by implication. disposition, mind, thought. So a failing economy quite naturally develops the mindset to serve in the military. See? Weaker economy, easier recruiting, job scarcity, the military becomes more attractive. Stability, health care, health benefits, they matter. They matter more. Recruiting often improves during recessions or slowdowns. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it occurs, it was planned that way. Franklin D. Roosevelt, United States President. Rising costs. See, what they're doing is they're boosting these enlistment bonuses. I've seen bonuses go up to, if I'm not mistaken, $50,000 enlistment bonuses if you have a technical job or military occupational skill, MOS. They can go pretty high. And guess what? When you're deployed, they're tax free. So you'll get that entire 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, or $50,000 bonus tax free. Sound attractive? You damn right. Pay raises are implemented. 4.6 in 2023, 5.2 in 2024, 4.5 in 2025. Don't forget they incurred a major loss in 2023. So they had a pretty good pay raise percentage. Economic impacts, higher personnel costs. Recruiting success is increasingly bought, but not organic. So it costs money to raise and maintain a standing army. That's pretty much it. 2026, likely stable success. Why not? The economy is failing. There's no jobs. So this is a engineered plan from the inside. That's pretty much it. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to where do I want to go? Jeremiah 51. I want to show something. Jeremiah 51, 26. Let's get it. Where is that at? This is not right. Let's go to the previous chapter. I have laid a snare for thee. That's what I need. Let's do it this way. Get right to it. $50 and 24. I think I said 26. Okay, let's get it. Jeremiah 50, verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. So when you look at the snare, the economy is connected to the little hats. Let me say that again. The economy is orchestrated, controlled, directed, monitored, and manipulated by the baby caps. So they're connected to that snare, and they are absorbing most or a significant amount of U.S. support in billions of dollars economically, militarily. Don't forget, they control and they operate the Federal Reserve, which is a private business controlled by the small hats. You see? So that snare is connected to the baby caps economically, politically, and militarily. Let's read it again. Jeremiah 50, verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Don't forget, the baby caps pushed the Talmud, which is a Babylonian book of magic and witchcraft. That's why they're called the Chaldees here. And in Isaiah 47. Let's look up snare. Snare. I have laid a snare. Let's look that up. I want to show where this is going. See? To lure, to entice, to set a trap. Bill Milkowski, the Prime Minister of Israel, he's not a JOO, by the way. Bill Milkowski, he's been wanting this war for 40 years. You see? And there's a military agreement with Israel to send billions of dollars there per year for their military, their economy, and to take care of the educational needs of the people there and the other baby caps. So there's a direct connection to the baby caps and Israel to America. See, to lure, to set a trap, to lay a snare, to entice. Let's look up entice. Look at this. Wait a minute. I didn't read this earlier, but I studied it earlier. Devices of the wicked. Did we not read 2 Corinthians 2 and 11? We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So now we even know who Satan is. It's not a little man underneath a underground cave with red spandex on and a tall dinner fork or a big dinner fork. See? So we know where this is leading to. To be ensnared, caught by a bait. You ever seen the trap when a man steps in it? It pulls him up and he's hanging upside down from a tree. So it leads to, let's look up caught. Caught. See? The Bible is telling us something here. Caught. To push. To push. To push. Seize. Capture. Catch. Handle. To lay or take hold on. To surely surprise. To take. They're being surprised right now. Being led to a land or a desert, barren and desolate. Saudi Arabia. And its allies over there in West Asia. They're being caught by surprise but it's going to escalate, to catch, handle, surprise, take, seize, to take hold on, to arrest. Wow. To be arrested, captured. So this area here is igniting the nation's anger against the daughter of Babylon, the West, America. You see, it's expediting these nations to come against America because many of them are coming to the conclusion that America is the problem. So this area is economically hampering the Asian nations and Southeast Asia, South Asia, Eastern Asia, Western Asia. So they're coming together in anger and on one accord that the problem is the West and the orange man, Nero 47. See, grasp, to will, to be seized, arrested. Here it is, 20% of the global oil transports through the Strait of Hormuz, and another 15% south of Yemen, Al-Bab Mandab, that area. So collectively, a third of the world's oil is controlled or transported through that region. But really, Iran controls 90% of the transport of global oil because they have control of the Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Al-Bab Mandab, south of Yemen. So this scripture leads us to none other than here. See the connection here. The Federal Reserve controlled by the baby caps. The baby caps drive up costs in defense spending. The baby caps have lobbyists and APEC to drive up the military industrial complex costs. Lockheed Martin, McDonnell Douglas. You see? Everything connects together. So they are being used as a tool to bring utter destruction. Jeremiah 50, verse 45. There, we got to go up to 44. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. But I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Yahweh, and is coming with Mayaka Allah, Michael the archangel, who is like the Most High. King David even said, when I see him, I shall be like him. Something like that. Let's read it real quick. Psalms 17. Yeah, right here. Psalms 17, verse 15. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. See? The Lord is going to raise up David and the rest of the house of David to be like Yahweh. Jeremiah 50 and 45. This is a beautiful connection to Jeremiah 50 and 24. We'll go back to it. Jeremiah 50, verse 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that he had taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So Israel, the land of the baby caps, and the west, the daughter of Babylon. So she is going to fall by her little short pimp, the baby caps. See? So America is being just manhandled by a little short baby cap stronghold that's luring her out. Let's go back to that. Just ghetto slapping her and ghetto gagging her. Okay? I mean, just taking advantage of her. I thought it was America first. Orange man. Obviously, it's not. A little orange man lied. Jeremiah 50 and 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. So Babylon and Israel are going to go down together. Partners in crime. I have laid a snare for thee. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's look up snare and caught. Not aware. Let's look that up. Close out. Yada. Yadai. Yadai. To know is wisdom and no more intimate. I just butchered it, so we'll go to it. See? Yadai. To know, recognize, observation, cunning, feel, prognosticator. That's being in the know with knowledge. Sure. Understanding. So they're being blinded. And what's spiritual about that, even the radar dishes, many of them has been knocked out. The one in Bahrain, a couple in Saudi Arabia, they're being knocked out. So they're being blinded, which is spiritually connected as well. They're losing wisdom on the left hand. Prognosticators are failing. Close out there. Voice is dry. Close out there. See, prophesy against Edom. Jeremiah 49, verse 7, concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? See? So they're blindly following their pimp, a little short pimp, leading them to a disaster. So really, it's the baby caps and the land over there in the West, Asia, leading them out. It's them first. It's not America first, but the land of the baby caps first. That's really what's happening. So they're being led blindly concerning Edom. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? The answer is yes. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, never asks a question that he does not already know the answer to. So this is speaking prophetically. He's going to confound the wise. And he's doing that now. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. The name of this lesson, think about it. Inspired by the beloved elder apostle Aramla. So call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, or Kakadash. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Kwam Yasharala and the Bad Babal. We got next, Lord willing. Barakatham. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.